Cyber Monday is here. Millions of shoppers are online. They're looking for the best holiday deals. Despite the supply chain problems, Americans are still expected to spend upwards of $11 billion today alone. Carl Gould is the president of Business and Growth Management from Seven Stage Advisors. He joins us from Butler, New Jersey. I've already warned him that he lost the coin toss as to when the president comes out and talks. So, Carl, let's get right to it. In what ways will the supply chain issues affect Cyber Monday and our holiday shopping this year?
Yeah, so what we'll see this year is that the item you want, the category of the item that you'd like, sneakers, for example, you want sneakers, you'll get sneakers. You'll make sure to get that. But because of the supply chain issues, all of the specific types of sneakers might not be available. So the exact high top canvas yellow with a stripe that you want might not be available, but sneakers will be available. So you're gonna lack the width of choice in this season.
I'm curious, are the retailers going to blame it on the suppliers and the postal service? I've noticed that if you shop online and you see something, they're not telling you that it's not going to get to you on time. They're telling you that you can buy it, and then they say it'll be to you in 4 or 5 days. But that may not be the case. I have a son-in-law that works for UPS, and he says they're getting slammed.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness to the shipping companies, they do about 40% of their business in these during the holiday season and in the next 4 weeks. And so, if you wait much longer and you're waiting for it to show up on time, it's going to be a bit dicey. There's no question about it. And what most retailers are doing is they're just passing along the estimates that they've been given by the companies. So if UPS tells them or the USPS tells them, hey, it's going to take 7 days, that's what they're passing along. But as you know, once volumes really increase and peak, it's likely going to take longer. I would, no matter what you're told, I would expect a minimum 2 weeks starting today.
Carl, I used to look at the ads, and I was looking for that giant screen television for $100 that I was willing to wait in line for, or waiting to get up and start clicking my mouse at midnight. Are we seeing similar sales to what we've seen in years past, or are the great deals few and far between this year?
Well, the sales are there. It might not seem quite as intense because Black Friday is now almost, it's almost a month now. There were pre-Black Friday sales. They were getting ready for Black Friday sales, getting ready for Cyber Monday, early Cyber Monday. So it seems that because it's been spread out more, and you've been seeing a lot of these sales since Halloween. So with that, it's not like there's a big rush of all the various things that you would be thinking about on Black Friday or on Cyber Monday. We've been seeing these specials for well over a month now.
Carl, I started getting, in fact, the flyers after July 4th. But that being said, what are some of the great deals that are out there this year? What are some of the things that you just can't pass up?
Well, right now, the big where I would suggest you all start looking is look at the secondary market. Because of the pandemic and the supply chain issues, the secondary market has really grown. In other words, there are websites like Poshmark and Stitch Fix and Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, soon to be Meta Marketplace, where the lightly used items are there, and you can get those very specific items. That's where the deals lie.
And lightly loved, by the way, I love that phrase. I've actually never heard that one before, but I'll remember that when I want to give my wife something lightly loved for Christmas and find out if I'm
Oh, she'll love
lightly
it. Give
in
it a
the
shot.
garage. Yeah, the day after Christmas. For the first time, spending online on Black Friday and Thanksgiving did not exceed prior year levels. Is this due to the items just not being available or discounts, or are we seeing just a lot of Americans deciding they're not going to spend the money?
Well, I think more so. Again, because the season has now been elongated. You're seeing more purchases on days that you normally wouldn't. Remember, Amazon has their day in October. That was a quasi Black Friday as well, and once again this year. And so I think the overall purchases you're going to find are going to be the same, if not greater. But you're just not going to see them on specific days the way we are used to.
And Carl, before I let you go, explain to all the men out there right now that are planning on giving their wives something lightly loved, how you're going to manage that description to your wife on Christmas Day.
Only the buyer has to know. Only the buyer has to know, right? And so you're going depending on what it is, of course. If you're buying apparel or something has been worn before, yeah, that's going to be a little bit more of of an explanation. But remember now, you're the special someone in your life has probably rented a dress from one of the runway apps before, so it would be taboo in the past, but in the last couple of years, it's much more well accepted practice. And so I don't think you're going to have to do as much explaining as you think. But no, I'm not suggesting jewelry, but there are some other things that you likely get away with. Pick your battles here.
Yeah, you might get those lightly loved leftovers in the refrigerator, and that's a story for another day. Carl Gould is the president of business growth management firm 7 Stage Advisors. His lightly loved advice: take it lightly.